Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a very interesting show set up for you. Not the best news, that's for sure. Yeah, Matt Rhule has ruined spring ball, and we got to ask the question, do fans even matter anymore? I'm starting to wonder. It's really getting out of hand. We're going to talk about Matt Rhule and what he's done with spring practice and the spring game and what kind of impact it's had. And, of course, you already know what he did to the VOLS. We'll talk about that as well. But let's get into this spring game situation. Now, as you know, Nebraska, who had 60,000 fans at their last spring game last year, has canceled because Matt Rhule is scared to death somebody's going to try to poach one of his players. They may see somebody playing well, and he doesn't want anybody to see that, so the heck with the fans. They don't matter, I guess, and that's really a shame because Nebraska fans are great. I've talked to many of them in the comment section over the last 2 years, and I went to that bowl game that Tennessee lost years ago, and their fans are great. They really are. They're very gracious people, and I hate that this is happening to them, but they're getting a lot of things taken from them. And now we have other teams that are going to follow what Matt Rhule did. He's the Pied Piper. It says Texas won't hold the 2025 spring game, Steve Sarkisian says. Now, what's he worried about? They got all the money in the world. They've got unlimited oil money.
Hey, Larry, get me down!
So this doesn't even make sense. He's just, look, Matt Rhule's giving everybody cover. That's what's happened here. They don't want to fool with it because it's a pain. It's for the fans. You know, the ones that pay for everything, that buy all the tickets, that donate all the money, that pay your salary, head coach. But let's take the spring game from them. It says Texas will not hold a spring game at the conclusion of this year's spring practice. A couple reasons why. It says over the last 2 years they played 30 games, a lot of college football. And he says, you know, it's just too much for him. And this is him on Up and Adams. And I'll let you hear what he had to say.
Birthday is in April. Should I be making plans to come back since I'm a fan now, to the spring game? Is that
a spring practice? You want to come to spring practice?
Are we not having a spring game?
No, we're not going to have a spring game.
Wow, breaking news. You're the best coach, sir. And we're just Well,
I think a couple of reasons why. Over the last 2 years, we've played 30 games.
Yeah,
and that's a lot for college football. Yes. 14 2 years ago, 16 this year. And I just mentioned we've had 25 guys get invited to the NFL Combine the last 2 years. So we've got a lot of young players on our roster. We have 21 mid-year high school kids that just showed up. And so the development that's needed for these guys to get ready for the fall is a little bit different than it used to be. And so our approach is going to be a little bit more NFL-driven, kind of more of an OTA style early on. And as we grow into more of the scrimmage formats in the second half of spring ball, that I just don't know rolling the ball out, playing the game, and when we only get 15 practices is the best for us to maximize the opportunities that we get. So it's going to be a little bit of a different approach, but I think college football is changing right now, and we need to do a great job as coaches of adapting to college football, and that's what we're trying to do, and I think it's going to be good for our team.
I think fans will understand because it will be good for the team as the college game continues to evolve.
Yeah, and they're not the only team. Also, USC out west, they're not going to have one. Ohio State is changing theirs. They're going to have some sort of showcase thing. It's not going to be a spring game, though. And you can see here in this article, it says Nebraska coach Matt Rhule cited widespread tampering, etc. He didn't want people seeing his players. And nobody wanted to be the first coach to do it. Well, Matt's rolled out the welcome mat for everybody, and now everybody can say, well, Matt's doing it over there in Nebraska. You know, we're not the first. So he's made it easier for him. Now, Matt's just coming off of canceling 2 ball games with the Tennessee Vols because he didn't want to play them. Let's just call it what it is. He's scared. He's scared to play the Vols. I don't think there's any question about that, because who did he bring in to replace those two? 2 MAC teams. One is Miami of Ohio, and the other one's Bowling Green. All right, so he got rid of a playoff team, which is Tennessee, and replaced him with 2 MAC teams. So that's obviously fear. That's all it can be. They said it's because they wanted an extra home game, which will help them financially because they're going to be doing some work on the stadium, which what it does to us, it's going to cost us a home game, which is Tennessee and Knoxville. The city of Knoxville will be affected by this because we were going to go to Nebraska and then they were going to come here, which is the fair thing to do. So now we're going to have to go to probably a neutral site to play a Power 4 team, and we're not going to have a game in Knoxville, which hurts the entire city, the entire area. It will cost millions of dollars in revenue for that area and probably some jobs. But Matt doesn't have to play Tennessee, which is the important thing, because he knows what would have happened. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's sitting on a toilet. He didn't want a piece of the VOLS. You know, go sit in your little toilet, Matt. So I'm really starting to wonder, look, I know we have to have changes. I understand that. I haven't had a problem with the players getting paid. The Supreme Court voted 9-0 on that in the Alston case, so we knew that was coming, okay? So there's been a lot of changes, and we're rolling with those pretty good. We've gone from a 4-team to a 12-team, probably going to go to a 16-team. You know, and I think the fans have been pretty cool about that. But now you're just taking things from them. You know, the spring game's something everybody looks forward to. It's a chance to see the team. They hadn't seen them in months. They get to go out there and see them, you know, showboat a little bit. And it's fun. And it's always something teams have done. And now because of, I guess they're scared to death of a poach, which, again, Texas doesn't need to worry about that. And it's not that big a deal for them to do this. And the players enjoy it. It's fun for them. It gets televised. It's enjoyable. They get to showcase things. But now that's being taken from them. It's hard being a college football fan right now. It is. Some of the changes are good. Some are not at all. And this is definitely one of them. And Matt Rhule, I don't know what this guy's up to. He's almost the poster child for what's wrong with college football. He really is. And I hate it for Nebraska. It's very unfortunate. So anyway, I did want to cover this. I don't know why he's decided to ruin spring ball, but, you know, he made his excuses, I guess. Anyway, if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Let's continue to cover all these big college sports stories. If you've not subscribed, boom, 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 hit this little button right here. Won't cost you a dime. Help you get my videos. And right over here is the most recent video. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy. We'll see you next time on Sports Talk Jay. Hopefully I'll have some good news for you instead of this crap. Damn that Matt Rhule.
Yes, sir. I damn thee.